What's one thing you'd purchase with a little extra savings? A weighted blanket, smart speaker, the new self-care trend you keep hearing about? Well, Progressive wants to make sure you're getting what you want by helping you save money on car insurance, which is a must-have.
Drivers who save by switching to Progressive save over $700 on average.
Wow.
And customers can qualify for an average of 6 discounts when they sign up. Discounts like having multiple vehicles on your policy. Progressive offers outstanding coverage and award-winning claim service day or night. They have customer support 24/7, 365 days a year. When you need them the most, they're at their best.
A little off your rate each month goes a long way. Get a quote today at progressive.com and see why 4 out of 5 new auto customers recommend Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed in 2020. Potential savings will vary. Discounts vary and are not available in all states and situations.
Woohoo! Who doesn't want to save money? Hello. You need car
Progressive.
insurance.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Welcome to a new episode of the Speidi podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us, for bearing with us through all of this. We're going to recap the show a tiny bit, but we're really going to focus on other things because there wasn't that much to recap from the show last night.
What show are you talking about, Heidi?
It's called The Hills, New Beginnings on MTV. So it's a show that airs 9/8 Central on MTV. And the first few episodes were different and I felt like more fun and exciting, and then last night was not as fun and exciting. So the best part of the whole show is definitely Gunnar last night when we're talking about money and finance. He's like, you guys need to work, we need money. He was so cute and serious.
My life, you're doing great, honey. My issue with I didn't watch the show and I got to pull up Steve's notes, but I did talk to Heidi, who had a screening with all her mom friends. And my issue with the show is I've been waiting all season for this episode because it was actually a really beyond fun night. Like one of the most fun nights I've had in years at this, what's that restaurant called? Yamashiro, and I had never been there, and everyone was shocked that Heidi, we hadn't been there.
No, I've never been there.
And it's like the most beautiful spot ever.
Great sushi.
Brody was so fun. He brought this girl from Austria and her friend Lily from Miami, and they were so fun, and everyone was drinking, and it was like an actual fun night. And I was
TikToking.
Everyone was making TikToks and dancing.
We were all there till like 1 a.m.
Yeah, we shut the place down. We ordered the entire menu. I mean, like, I'm not kidding, every single item on the menu just to, get even with the network. And
all right,
so
let's go to our podcast so you can look in these cameras too. And you could just put your phone down and then you can look there too. Because if you're just live, then you're only focusing on the live and not the podcast, which we're here for.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Right.
So back to we're filming this, guys. Okay. My boss just checked me. All right. Well, you'll have to listen to the podcast.
That's right. Can't give it all away.
Speidi
Okay,
podcast.
check it
But
out.
I was about to tell you what happened. So
well.
I'll be back. I'm Mr. Live now. See you soon. So can't say what, but just signed a major deal with Facebook. Ooh, so I can just post it. That's what I can do, real quick. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna start going live all day long on Facebook to just start bringing any peeps that I have to Facebook, because that's where I am finally gonna be able to monetize my content, which is so many answered prayers, and I'm so thankful for it. But back to what we were talking about. It was so much fun. Heidi was on fire. This is what I don't get about this show. Oh, you know why they didn't show you having fun? Because there was nobody talking smack about you having fun. It was only positive. So if these other people that love to shade you had been invited to that dinner, I guarantee you they would have showed you having so much fun. But when you're having fun and it looks normal because everyone's having fun with you, which is normal, they don't use that footage. So we were there for 7 hours filming, and you tell me they use 1 minute, maybe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know.
Ridiculous.
I definitely thought that was going to be the best scene. And Adrena was so fun, and Jen. And I knew when they shut the cameras down that they got their beats and it was done anyways. Like, they didn't want to keep having us film and be there and have fun with Brody. And like, so it was just to get the beats to say, you know, we're here inviting the Wallers, and that was it. So the rest of so I had mom's night last night, which was really fun. I went to my friend Britney's house, and my friend Alex was there, and Rachel. So we all had a great time, and they wanted to do a little screening. And at first I was like, I don't know, whatever. I'm not watching this show. And then I was like, you know what? I have an awesome group of mom friends that want to get together, have some wine, watch the show, support me, and just get together. So I was like, why not? Why wouldn't I do that? So it ended up being really fun. It was great in the beginning with Gunnar, and then none of us even ended up watching the rest of the show because there wasn't anything going on really that we were watching the show. So we just talked the whole time. I saw a few clips here and there whenever I saw Gunnar pop on and us. I made sure to try to listen harder, but it was such a long thing with Jason's party and Caroline's party, and I was just like, oh my gosh, these are back to back, like the slowest events and speaking. But one of the funniest parts was Brandon talking about Justin Bobby. Like, why on earth would Jason have Justin perform when all these people are like 80 years old and this is not what they're wanting to listen to? And that was pretty funny, and he was definitely reading the room. But it's like, well, Brandon, because this is the only event that they're letting Justin perform at on national television, so it's not really about that event, but it was funny.
So, based off of Steve's notes, my favorite part of the episode was Gunnar's quote saying to his parents, that's me and Heidi, "You need to work. We need money." I mean, brilliant, Gunnar. I mean, wow, you're so much more advanced than I am in real life. Then, you know, we'll skip that cast member that says, I saw the funniest article that somebody on our cast said that we got her scenes edited out of the show. If we had the power to edit people out of the show, you think we would worry about your irrelevant scenes? Oh my God, we would be editing out all these people's boring scenes also, and we'd be putting way more scenes of us in there. So I did appreciate that headline or whatever. Somebody's tagged me saying that we were getting her edited out of the show or whatever. I wish.
You got yourself edited out.
No, if I had that power, the show would look very different. Brandon and Danny, I guess the tiki party sucked. Danny, you didn't do anything about it.
They have the most compelling relationship, I'd say. Like, when I'm watching, I am the most interested in their relationship.
I wish they had filmed way more of it.
I know. Should film Danny more.
You know, I don't know the setup, but she says, I could have become friends with her. I feel like Danny wanted to know if there was a girl you had hooked up with, that, you know, if Danny didn't want to get into like all of a sudden befriending her and like, let's hang out. And then she finds out she's bringing along a girl that, you know, I see that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they should have just followed Kaitlynn being pregnant all along. I don't know why she was keeping that secret. Maybe this guy, she was trying to
Well, for the first 3 months, you usually don't tell people you're pregnant. In case something happens, it's really likely for miscarriage.
Well, we filmed for a year and a half, so maybe it's just...
Yeah, who knows? I don't know how many months pregnant she was. But also, they should have just said, when we started filming in the beginning from San Diego, Kaitlynn had this boyfriend. So I don't know why her and Caroline were pretending that they had this whole thing. And we all kept saying that. We're like, why are you guys pretending to like each other or even have this?
I don't think Kaitlynn pretended back.
I don't know. But it's like, she has the boyfriend. You know she has a boyfriend. Like, I know you're looking for storyline, which I totally appreciate and get that. But at the same time, it's like, she's in a very serious relationship. She's currently a stepmom before I knew she was even pregnant. So they should have just followed that. I don't get it.
I don't know what the scene was, but I appreciate any dialogue between Kaitlynn talking to Adrena about Brody. And so that just must be the most awkward stuff ever. Skip ahead.
And Adrena doesn't even get how awkward it is for Kaitlynn. Like, you totally forget. And even I forgot a few times, like, oh yeah, Kaitlynn and Brody were together. But it definitely is very uncomfortable. I watched it. I had no idea what they're saying. I was talking about implants with my friends and what size and CCs and surgery, and it was very entertaining. Yes. So then the guys are talking about Prat Daddy and Prat Daddy crystals, Speidi taking out loans. You couldn't fake the look on Brody's face when you're like, yeah, we just took out 2 loans. Thankfully, he was like, damn, you had to do that.
In fairness, like when we did that, it was literally the night of the shutdown. And they were saying like all non-essential businesses were closing. There was no such thing as PPP loans. This was through Shopify. What do they call it? Shopify Capital or whatever, our platform.
Like a bank.
And so we took that on just so we could pay everyone's salary. So if we were just like good business people that were like vicious, like cutthroat business people, we would have been fine and never took one loan. But we wanted to keep 12 or 15 employees that we had employed when they moved back to their different states, because everyone thought everyone was going to die every day. So everyone was like, went home, and we kept wanting to employ people without firing them. So like, yeah, we took on 2 loans, but not because the business was bad. It was because this was literally the night of the shutdown. That was like non-essential businesses must close. We're like, well, how are we going to pay everybody without firing them?
We were financially figuring things out.
Yeah, but
we weren't like
but I'm
rolling.
I'm not saying we're rolling, but like the business is fine. Like if we'd fired everyone and kept one employee like a normal.
Right. Our overhead and our expenses don't equal the.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it was just to keep a bunch of people employed that we shouldn't have kept employed.
And like you always say, we need the new batches of crystals and getting those. And
almost all that was just going to payroll. Our payroll at the time was like 45,000.
Yeah. Yep. 45. It was 45. It's still expensive.
No, but
we still have a very expensive payroll. Anyways, yeah.
That's
Brody's
real.
Look it was.
Yeah, no, and we're almost. Let's see how much we have left on that. Let's see. Let's break some news. So we already paid off one, the big one. Let's find out where we're at.
Cut to Speidi talking about expenses, and here we are.
You're on our podcast. Can you find out what's left on our PayPal or our Shopify loan?
Yeah, I actually looked at it this morning. I think it's 41,000.
Why would you say 20 first and then 40? Oh my God, that was the worst. I was like, only 20? All right, awesome.
20% is left, so it's 41,000.
All right, thank you. Great news. What an awesome call. All right, later. So there you go. 20% of the loan is left, 40 grand. Then we're done with that.
That's great.
It's going to be incredible, and I will never do that ever again.
Anyways, I have to tell you, every time you talked, minus the loan thing, all the moms laughed so hard. Like every freaking thing you said, they thought was the funniest thing they've ever heard in their entire lives. Wow. So congratulations. They didn't laugh on the whole rest of it, but you were so freaking funny. I'm talking about not cutting back on your workouts. You're like, does it look like I should be cutting back on my workouts? Like that was very funny.
True. I do need to cut back on my eating. I work out.
Money. You're eating money.
Yeah, I'm done. I really am getting it together. I've cut my burrito in half.
I will start cooking more.
Cooking does not make less food on my plate.
It does. You eat less when I cook.
That's not necessarily true. And you only cook a few things, and not all of them are healthy. Like your recipes, like, oh, we're gonna eat your chicken parmesan 4 nights a week.
I'm not gonna make the chicken parmesan.
Whatever.
And it was lightly breaded. With gluten-free breadcrumbs, and it's oil, olive
melt
oil.
all that
it's
cheese
not
on
fried.
top of it.
I won't put cheese on yours. I'll just make chicken cutlets. Oh my gosh, you're such a complainer.
No, I'm just saying. I remember your chefing days.
Gosh.
I'd rather just cut.
And guess what? You were
let's just get one.
AF. Okay.
No, because I didn't eat your food.
Right,
let's just get one combo plate and split it. That's a great meal.
No, I need more food than that.
No, you don't. You're supposed to have the size of your palm.
I get 2 vegetables. And they are not very much. I'm not. This is just ridiculous right now.
You can have vegetables on the side, but we can definitely split a combo plate.
There has bigger palms than you.
Yeah, you definitely have bigger palms.
Well, you're only supposed to eat your palm size.
Well, that's for protein, not whole meal. You're supposed to eat the protein of a palm size, and then you're supposed to have lots of vegetables.
Right,
so that's not true.
Get your vegetables on the side.
You're supposed to eat a fingerful.
Go to the farmer's market and load up.
I'm going to. We talk about love-hate relationship with Prat Daddy. And I say how proud I am of you of being such a businessman, because I do remember a few years ago when you never thought you'd work again and be successful. If you're not looking at the note,
I'm looking for.
right.
I have so many screenshots.
I want to say something to you.
I saw this is the tease.
No,
and
let
you
me say to
cried.
you.
Everyone said it was so sweet.
Okay, well, listen to me. That you were so proud, because I remember a few years ago when you said you'd never work again and be successful, and you totally were down on yourself and kind of.
That wasn't
gave
a
up.
few years. That was like 7 years ago.
Yeah, no, it was like 5, 6.
You
Well, I
just said
guess
a
time
few.
flies by. Well, that
Yeah,
seems like a
okay,
few.
So,
But before
long.
Pratt Daddy, you didn't think you'd be successful again. And you have, and you've reinvented yourself and really just invented yourself. You've let people see who you are for the first time on Instagram, on Snapchat, just being authentic. People are finally able to like see that side of you, and you have a thriving business, and you're an awesome dad and husband. Anyways, I thought that was great.
Take a breath. You're going to have the throat problem I have.
So then you said, are we done with all this businessy stuff? Talking about ads. Yeah, we're going to skip the next scene. We go to the crystal sorting.
I have so many screenshots, but I actually just don't even care anymore because it's
No,
about to
the
be
live
over.
was very funny. I had a girl on Instagram who was so excited. She's like, "That's me on the live," and then she had
Amanda?
her evidence. Amanda, she's like, "I'm on the show," and so thank you, Amanda, for your support at the time.
She deserved
and
that.
after. I know.
A TV shout out.
Yeah, I put her in my story too. Go to the bar. Drina's excited to see Brody, of course, and Brody brings the girls to the bar. I don't know why Adrina's acting so shocked. I don't know if this is just her acting or if that was like her storyline or if she really. I have no idea, but
I would actually pay $5 to know.
I would love to.
You're
I'd
like,
love
do you
to know.
really think he liked you, or were you just doing whatever to get your storyline so
Yeah.
you get a check?
Right, like, and I get either.
No,
so
I mean, all due respect to both, but
I bring my own
I
champagne.
think she thinks if he's gonna talk to her till sunrise and like be so like you're my best friend and flirt. I love somebody told me, I don't know, in a DM or something, or maybe in Steve's notes, but Kaitlynn was like, he will never be with somebody with a kid. Like, did Kaitlynn tell her that? Did you not hear that?
I didn't hear
I
that.
think she says that, like, just so you know, girl. And that's a fact. He's said that to me so many times, and I'll be like, are you gonna?
Oh, I think I saw some things.
Yeah,
didn't
because
know what they were
I've
talking
always
about.
like, are you actually looking up the other He's like, I'm not playing stepdad.
Yeah,
It's
I've
like,
heard him say
there
that.
you go.
Yeah. So, anyways, I bring my own champagne and pull it out of my Birkin. And that was funny. I needed the biodynamic champagne at the time, and I knew they didn't have any. So that's why I brought my own. Didn't want to leave it up to then. It was pretty funny. So we end up inviting the Wallers, say we just need to get rid of this negative energy. I just want to move on. And show it's not this whole back and forth thing. It's just them having a problem with us since the beginning. Then they want to confront us about this whole thing again and have a fight and a problem. It's like, I don't even care. Come, don't come, whatever it is. Like, it's so just like, leave me alone.
Yeah, like,
leave us alone.
We're literally
We don't
all
care.
on a cast. We're all fellow employees. Like,
Yeah, it's
we don't.
fine. We don't
like,
care.
And but
Like-
somebody wrote to me, or maybe it was in Steve Notes. They were like, what a disingenuous invite. It's like, have we ever invited you to anything in real life? No, it's a TV show. Of course it's disingenuous because it's a cast trip for your job where we don't care if you come to make your money. Like, even though you tried to stop us from making money by not inviting us. Like, so that's
And
the
we
thing
never-
about these shows. By not being invited to Caroline's thing and not being invited to Jason, they were trying to not get us paid. But thankfully, one producer, Alex Baskin, does like us and made sure they showed us doing our live in the backyard that does get us paid, because the way reality TV works, it's as seen on is how you get paid. So they were actually trying to not get us paid for the show that we got them on, that we did all the dirty work, we did everything. So then you're going to try to take checks away from us. So actually, who's disingenuous about invite? You literally tried to sabotage our kid getting money, and Gunnar said we need to work and get money, and you tried to stop money going into Gunnar's life. Like, you're right, that's not just disingenuous. I actually hate you, and I mean not like actually hate, because that takes energy, but the word hate, like not the feeling behind it, but the idea, because I
Yeah.
don't care, actually.
It's true.
But if I were to like connect a word to you, that's the word. But like, I don't have no feeling behind it because you're literally irrelevant. Like our new teammate, Chris Crocker, who just gave us a huge shout out and was like, can MTV not read the room? And he has 1 million followers. So that was a big post and they did a story. And he was like, people, I don't know, check out his post, but we should have him on the podcast also because he's clearly into crystals and a huge Speidi supporter. But yeah, he was like, you're like Lunchables, pretty much. Like you forget they even exist.
And then you see them and you realize why you hate them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they strategically didn't invite us, and that was so true. So it's nice enough that we did invite them, especially how they've all been treating us.
That's
all
2 episodes
season.
too. The Palm Springs is you would not get paid for 2 episodes if we really like made like they're not allowed at our Friday party.
How they did
Yeah,
to
like
us.
how they played us. Like we'll
Right.
never film with them. We'll never see them. If we played that game with them, they wouldn't have got paid for 2 episodes, the finale episodes. So they actually should have said, thank you so much. And then the best part is, I'm sure coming up at our Pride Daddy trip, I haven't seen it. It's going to be like, are they going to apologize to us? Why did they even invite us? Da-da. No, we just don't care because we don't have a problem with you. We never did. We never cared about you guys. We're just doing our television show, our job that we did before we knew you guys, and da-da-da-da. So I can't wait to see all the like, because in the end they like fully attack us for like try to like,
It was an attack apology.
yeah,
from
attack
their part.
apology, like because they realized like, oh, we're gonna go this whole 2 episodes without interacting with you because we don't need to interact with you. We don't care. There's no beef. If we wanted drama with you, you would know there's drama because it's like.
Right.
But
So,
long
yeah,
story
I think it
short,
was great that we-
disingenuous because if it was genuine, it would be real and it wouldn't be a television show. It would be a job, and we would never have talked to you, and we'd never seen you. We'd never been on a trip with you.
Okay, it was neutral. It was a neutral invite. We agreed with the producers
Yeah,
to
exactly.
invite them
Like-
because we didn't care and we don't want to affect anyone else's paycheck. I wouldn't even want them to not get paid either because I'm not that petty and I am all for everybody having success and winning, and we would never have had a thing with them if they didn't keep chasing us down and trying to make that their storyline. I just wish they had been more authentic and real with like their own personal problems that they were going through in their marriage and their lives, because that was really interesting, and like how far they had come since last time we saw them. So they had such a different storyline to follow. Anyways, whatever, it doesn't matter. But we did invite them. We did agree to invite them. And I did just want to move on. I'm like, forget this. Like, we don't have a big problem with you guys. Just you go your way. We'll go our way. We're all on a cast. Let's just move forward. Everyone can get paid. Like, I don't even want you guys to think we're doing this whole back and forth thing with you because we're not. But anyways, and then after that, it was a really fun turn up party that I guess they didn't have enough time to air because they were filming and airing. Everyone's really exciting.
No, like I saw my mom texted me a photo of like, all due respect to old people, like senior citizens. And I was like, what are you watching? She's like, this is The Hills. I'm like, what? So they're not showing us turning up with Justin, Audrina, Brody's 2 dates, Frankie, Jen, all this action, fun, partying in the Hollywood Hills, the most beautiful thing, like partying, like fun. They're going to show senior citizens with Justin, Bobby, like playing music for them. Like, I don't get it. On a different note, we're trying to get the HRH collection star on the podcast, and she did a poll, and 90% of her audience said yes. I don't know if you know who this girl is, but 2 of our employees, Mackenzie, or, kind of employee of Mackenzie, our floater employee. And then Kate, our employer, are obsessed with this girl. And so I started following her. She's so funny. Ends up she dates one of my childhood friends. Long story short, I just got a notification because I follow her, and it says, and it's Emma Chamberlain, the YouTube superstar, wearing her chain Diet Coke necklace.
Really?
The girl is popping. So if you don't know who that girl is, she's pretty funny. I'm not going to say she rants on Instagram or Facebook, but other people would. I think it's all very funny.
Look what Jessica Hall just posted for International Bump Day. That was so fun. I was pregnant. Sarah Stage was pregnant. Jessica Hall was pregnant. We all were
On a different note, Kanye West, who I'm hoping apologizes in one of these new songs that comes out on Friday to Taylor, hoping he just says, like, as a song all about how Kim set Taylor up and it was Kim's fault. Because I do, like, minus being a Swiftie, like, I enjoy Kanye's content of, like, what he puts out into the entertainment world. Like, I haven't listened to his music in 10 years, but I have high hopes that there's a Taylor apology song and that this is his big comeback music album post Kim. And then he gets the last laugh and becomes the biggest music superstar ever, because I know he was insecure near Drake, or at least according to the media, because Drake, became the big star and Kim was allegedly thing with Drake. I don't know. So it would be great for everyone if he just apologized to Taylor in a song so that he could have a comeback career and I could like it. So that's coming Friday. I don't know if you're following that.
That's exciting. That preview you showed me was really good. That ad.
Yeah, he had an ad with this Richardson. I think she's a sprinter. I don't know. It was during the NBA finals. He had an ad for his new song. It sounded really good with her like on the sprinting board or whatever for beats. Also, not Hills related. Britney did a post the other day and she didn't name her sister, but I felt like it was her sister, so I tweeted, "Brit, name her." And then I felt like she did name her sister and was like very clear that it was her sister. And then she deleted that post. But Britney has been, I have been keeping up. I read the New Yorker magazine whole breakdown about it. Finally, my New Yorker subscription that he's been trying to get me to cancel for 6 years paid off. I logged right in.
First
time I've ever read anything from it. But yeah, I don't know enough about the current Britney status. I know she got the judge agreed that she could hire her own lawyer. But I just read what this bodyguard was saying about how they used to every day at this time they would give her all these drugs, and next thing you know she was talking about parallel universes and everything. So I hope that Jamie Spears goes to jail. That's my new hope, based off of everything I've been reading. The guy if you've seen that movie, I Care a Lot. I think it's on Netflix. Great movie. I think Jamie Spears is literally that girl, like the bad girl.
So sad. One of the biggest, most successful pop stars in the entire world has been robbed of her whole life. Like that's just so devastating. And the fact that she can and still is willing to fight for it. And thanks to her fans who really have helped solve so much of this and get down to the bottom of it and advocate for her. I think that's half the reason that this is happening, and exposing it and seeing all her secret clues that she put out.
This is all the Free Britney people.
Yeah.
And thank God for them, because they're even scaring all these people into quitting. We don't even know, but the one conservator has been making $550,000 plus a year more than Britney. Has just demanded $50,000 a month in security out of Britney's money. Britney needs to pay for your bodyguards for locking her up and making more money than her. These people are sick and twisted.
Yeah.
On a different note, what time is the Pratt Daddy Instagram live tomorrow?
11:30.
11:30.
Yeah, 11:30 every Friday. I am going live in Pratt Daddy HQ, and we have awesome exclusive offers, and it's been selling out the whole thing. So if you want to check that out. I went down, speaking of Britney, a whole Britney Instagram. My Instagram unfollowed Britney on my account. It actually unfollowed 4 people I was following, and I just looked. I'm like, it unfollowed Anna, who's our sound bath healer. It unfollowed Britney and someone else, and I was like, whoa.
I've been dealing with the same problem, but 15 million people that wanted to follow me they wouldn't let them follow me. So
can you believe that conspiracy?
My mom is we're going to get her on the podcast to just vent, but she's getting an x-ray. She's very mad about Erika Jayne playing victim on the Beverly Hills Housewives. I said, Mom, maybe she didn't know. She knew. Sorry, Mom, if you don't think you sound like that, but you're pretty fired up being late because your smoothie took too long. But yeah, I definitely don't think she should be trying to play the victim role here. There's, I don't think that guy was telling her that he was stealing people's money. I feel like he would.
I don't think he's telling her anything. If you see the way that he talked to her, they just did a whole montage 2 episodes ago or one of how he would tell her be quiet, I'm talking, and when she says, I had no authority in the marriage, it did not look like that. So maybe you never know really what's going on behind closed doors, but I completely believe Erika Jayne, and she's not bawling like that other girl who got divorced on the show.
Well, this could be big business. Breaking news.
Okay.
They have an interest in placing a wholesale purchase of many of the Pratt Daddy products. large retailer based out of Nebraska, #1 seller on Amazon, Target, and Walmart.
Ooh, we should go to Nebraska. That's where our friends are moving. Aren't they moving there?
They're moving to Kansas,
Oh,
but I'm sure that they're near each other.
They are.
Sounds like it.
Midwest.
What else is going on? COVID.
Power's back on
Yeah,
at our
COVID's
house.
back. Popping. Everybody I know is getting it, vaccinated or not, doesn't even matter. So that's exciting. Just get everyone back on their toes. I love that energy. Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, I think we really need to plan and prepare for like another full shutdown. And
Well, I think our employees
stock up on
need to
food
actually
and-
plan for that because this time around there's no loan for them. So we should start warning everybody
yeah, I do
that
think
we will
need to have
be
that
turning
conversation.
off PodcastOne except for one employee. So it could be like the Hunger Games. Who survives at Pratt Daddy?
I think we already know who
We got
would
our
be the
first.
survivor.
We got to see the first edit of the Pratt Daddy sizzle reel. The production value was there. I just don't think we gave them enough direction. So we had the president of the production company give us notes, and also our management and agent, great notes. So I'm gonna do a re-edit. It was too long. I told them 4 minutes, and was it 8 minutes long? It's supposed to be 3 minutes, 30 seconds to 5 minutes. So way shorter. So hoping to give that to MTV in 2 weeks. So they have to, make an offer or let us move on.
I'm so glad that you are not going to Australia.
Oh, I couldn't even maybe get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we talked about that, about the Australian
Oh my
reality
gosh.
show I was supposed to do.
And my friend who is Australian, she's not even allowed to go there, like we talked about, to see her parents, and that would just be a whole really bad situation. And having you locked up there, not good. It's so funny that none of my friends know the plastic surgery I've had. Like, I don't know. I'm sure they were all just
I mean,
busy.
your new mom friends.
Yeah, my
Let's
new mom
clarify.
friends. Okay.
I don't think they are the type of moms that were following tabloids and
No, they weren't.
They
It
were
was
in
so
law
funny.
school
I
and,
was having a conversation with them last night, and my one friend's like, "Oh, I've had my nose done." I was like, "Yeah, me too, twice." She's like, "Twice?" I was like, "Yeah, I've had my breast done 3 times. I've had my back scooped." They're like, "Back scooped? What the heck is that?" I was like, "I don't know. It was free. I'm not sure. Like, it just was a little bit here." They're like, "Did they shave your bone or what?" I'm like, I didn't really get into it afterwards.
I
and
didn't
then-
ask. It was
I
free.
didn't ask. It was free.
I take
and
everything
then-
that's free.
Yeah, and they were like, "What else did you have?" And they're like, "What does all those celebrities have that now, like, they get famous and it's the first eyebrow thing they do?" And I'm like, "Oh, mini eyebrow lift. They cut open your skull and raise it." And they were like, "You've had that?" Like, it was the funniest. That's why we didn't even watch The Hills last night. The whole thing was so funny. They were just laughing at you, and then we're having funny conversations.
And then, you were showing your breast implants. We're not going to say
did.
to who, but to,
I did.
to
I showed-
interested parties. That's, no more detail.
Yeah, I
but-
did show them because
They were not
we're talking
men.
about CCs, and my one friend is getting her implants, and then I wanted to show her that 375 is not that big because she's thinking of going really small. And I was like, I've heard a lot that friends of mine who have had implants regret getting ones too small because you're going in there and then the swelling and they go down. So anyways, they said they look really good. And I've only showed a few people ever. So they were very thankful. This morning I saw them. They were like,
Intentionally.
"Thank you." She was like, "Thank you." She laughed and was hugging me. She's like, "Thank you for showing me because now I have a way better feel." I tried Googling 375 naked boobs, and it's way harder to find on the internet than I was thinking.
You should
that
just
might
make
be on the
a
dark
site.
web.
Maybe make an app.
Yeah,
Like a surgery app. You could team up with the botched guys.
that's a really good idea.
I'm going to message.
That's a really good idea because you want to see like all these CCs and what they correlate to, and you need to see what the girl looked like before with like her breastbones and the placement, what size she was, and then that amount of CCs, what it would equate to.
So happy I added back the Shopify chat where I can see what people are messaging about.
Oh, that's great.
You should add it too. problem is people always just want medical stuff. So funny. Mackenzie sent me a video of Kate talking on the story about ametrine. Like, it's really good for your metabolism. And Mackenzie's like, I don't think Kate should be like promoting the crystals of medicalism. I'm like, well, maybe it's good for Kate's metabolism.
Funny.
That's her opinion.
Funny. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for spending more time with us, listening, supporting. We appreciate you guys. Make sure that you check out prouddaddy.com to get all your crystals that you could possibly need. We have specimens. Again, Friday I'm going live at 11:30. So we have great specimens, pendants, bracelets. Just restocked our bracelets that sell out really quickly. Great gold chains, which always increase in value, and crystals. So thank you guys so much. We will see you next week. And there's only 2 episodes of The Hills left that we will be recapping.
But then we are going to negotiate with PodcastOne about setting up the cameras and taking that sign down and getting a 85-inch, and then after I get to keep it, an 85-inch 4K TV. And we're going to start from season 1 of The Hills, and we are going to have a live component for YouTube Live, maybe Facebook Live, and we're going to recap from season 1 all the way to the New Beginnings wedding.
I thought we were doing The City.
We're going to do
We've
The
never
City
watched
also.
that.
We're going to do The City. Will be a bonus.
I don't want to rewatch The Hills. I don't want to. No, thank you. I will do The City.
What is The City?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to watch The City.
All right. I'm done with The Hills for a while. I don't need to see any faces. Just like, give me a break.
I mean, I thought it was kind of trending to 394,000 people a week right now.
No thanks.
Okay. Hey,
All right.
boss.